San Antonio's sports station. Ticket 760.
Rock and Brews, new restaurant. It's used to where headlines or Jack Daniel's Club in the last couple of years, where that was. They've completely redone it, and I just walked by it because they had it all kind of like boxed in so no one could see it until they were ready to release it to the public. And I just saw it myself, and it looks amazing. It still goes out to the courtyard, so you got the stages out there, the whole thing.
It's worth the wait. Rock and Brews have been enormously successful very
How many
quickly.
do you have of these
We have
things?
12 now. I think it's 12 or 13. And we try to keep a real tight hold on them because there's more people who want to open them. But the fact is, every Rock and Brews, I like to think that this is your Rock and Brews. It's got all the touchstones that make them all cohesive, but at the same time, you know, you're in a different area. I don't want this to be like a franchise that, God forbid, you go into an area and you plunder the neighborhood. We're good neighbors. We try to be good to the community. Most of the Rock and Brews, when they open, we open the doors first to the warriors who have fought on our behalf, to the active troops. You know, those are the people who make this country what it is. Freedom's only free to the people who don't have to work for it.
All right, so I promised that I would ask you this question because I think that there is a right answer for it. What's the greatest song from Kiss?
Well, when you talk about anthems, you have to talk about Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. My favorite song is probably Detroit Rock City. But Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day is a song that's worldwide known as the song of the Kiss Army, the Kiss Tribe.
You know, I know that you're the expert on it, but I'm going to tell you you're wrong. It's I Love It Loud. Come on, who doesn't want to crank that up? That was like one of the first videos I ever saw. And I made sure I checked it. I checked it on Wikipedia, so it might not even be true. But that was the last video that you did with Ace.
That's true.
So it's kind of like historical, too.
That's true. That's so funny because I thought I liked you.
It's because Gene sings mostly on that.
There you go. There you go.
So you are famous for all sorts of reasons, but there's one that is not getting enough talk. You are part of the greatest episode of South Park, the World of Warcraft thing. It was just as you were doing your solo project.
Yes.
And I remember I was in California at the time, and I fell off the couch. And I'm not making that up, Paul. I literally fell off the couch. First time I've ever done it. People, I just heard that song a week ago.
How timely. I mean, they really, they pushed, and all of a sudden, Live to Win was, you know, in the episode. So it was awesome.
And it was great. I mean, you must have seen the episode, right?
Yes, of course.
I mean, it's hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, people still think it's probably the best episode of South Park they ever did.
And I agree.
Did I make it up for you after I Love It Loud debacle?
Yeah, after that debacle.
Have I taken it 360 or 180?
At least if you did God of Thunder, I could say, well, I wrote it.
Okay, fair enough. What about War Machine? That's underrated.
It is. But it's interesting how songs that seemed secondary have become classics over time. You know, Lick It Up at this point is considered a classic song. Psycho Circus on the last tour was a big song. So classics come with time. You know, it's a matter of almost like wine. You got to give it a little time to come into its own. So there's a lot of songs that at this point, War Machine, I Love It Loud, even from the last couple of albums, there's a few songs that Hell or Hallelujah has become a big favorite. So it never ends. Never ends.
Paul, really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Great to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, Paul Stanley of Kiss here. Rock and Brews is now open at the AT&T Center, and if you're coming to see what might be Kobe Bryant's last game in San Antonio, you better damn well sing along with Paul for the national anthem, which will happen right before tip-off.
You got it.
San Antonio's sports station. Ticket 760.